Welcome to VSB News Online for Friday, September the 11th. I'm Charles Webb. As the anniversary of the 9/11 disaster occupies everybody's mind today, Bermuda's contribution made in the aftermath of the tragedy was that its insurance industry shamed the insurance world by accepting responsibilities for the billion-dollar insurance claims that followed. In fact, another area in which Bermuda shone was in receiving the hundreds of aircraft and 7,000 passengers who on this day were banned from landing in the United States. Well-known sports editor Earl Baisden was manager of U.S. Airways at the time and has vivid memories of the day that aviation stood still.
I think for the most part, everybody did what they had to do under the circumstances.
Remarkable. But this must have been, at the airport, a major operation. The planes were landing, what, every minute?
Oh, they were landing. Well, the separation and the gap is supposed to be 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure that was waived because the United States air traffic controllers and the government said that everything lands now. Regardless of where you're going, it lands. Everything has to get out of the air. Now, there was a bit of confusion because the aircrafts heading to Europe were technically not affected, but they honored what the U.S. had asked to land, because technically the UK aircrafts could have continued going on to the UK, but everyone we were inundated with Lufthansa, British Airways, Cook Airlines, Zoom, all of it.
And of course, this is all very well. No one had ever practiced for this before. This is just beyond all security imagination.
I think common sense prevailed that day. We, as the managers and kind of the people that were responsible for not only the passengers but the safety of their staff and those around the airport, we kept in constant communication with one another, trying to figure out, if you're doing something, how I'm not going to stand on your toes, or how can I help you address certain things. So I think with the airport, government, everybody's help together, common sense prevailed on the day.
Police, fire.
Everyone. I mean, we were, like I said, constantly in contact. Our operations overseas was calling to make sure that, the passengers were taken care of, the aircraft was secure, because that was a major deal. Yes. They didn't know who else was involved, what sort of other attacks were going to be mounted. So aircrafts had to be searched, and the regiment was brought in, and then there were guidelines and so forth. So we were kind of shut down for 3 days, I believe, and then came out all the rules on how we can start flying again. And those things, the measures they put in place, were delays that mounted up and mounted up. But I think because of the significance of what took place, I think people showed patience and showed the respect that was needed for those that had lost their lives to the act.
The tragedy of it all, Bermuda kept its calm and did something it should be proud of.
I believe we did. I honestly believe we did. We don't give ourselves enough pats on the back, but for that particular day, I think the entire country came together, and we deserve some sort of pat on the back for the way we pulled off something that, like you said, we never prepare for.
Former Premier Alex Scott was a member of Dane Genesis Smith's cabinet that day and remembers how the island came swiftly and efficiently to cope with the landing of planes and putting the passengers up in local hotels under the direction of an intelligence committee.
Bermuda plays a very important part in the economy of the U.S., small as we are. And therefore, when you hear various candidates campaigning to be president, and one of the first things they say, well, we'll shut down those offshore businesses and so forth, you can take nothing for granted, but you can take it very with little reservation that probably will not happen, because it is appreciated that the catastrophic risk that is carried here in Bermuda by the companies here is very much in good hands. It is an important extension of the economy of the U.S. because a lot of the firms can't operate without this type of coverage, and they get this coverage from Bermuda is again almost the hub, the center of the reinsurance business. So that's what 9/11 brought to the fore.
Means to you at the moment, yeah. But also the PLP should take credit, which they've never seemed to have been given, that they kept a cool head and a steady hand on the wheel and did all the things that were asked of them without any labouring of points or being difficult, and made the airport one of the centres of haven for the world. That's been also a point of thanks.
You're quite right, and you heard me just say in passing that there was an intelligence committee, Bermuda Intelligence Committee set up. It did meet. It was very much akin to when President Barack Obama ran against Hillary Clinton in 2008. There was that ad that, what would you do if you got the 3 o'clock call in the morning? Which leader would be equal to that? Well, Dame Jennifer and her cabinet basically had that call. I use it comparatively when the 9/11 event took place, because no one knew the extent of the act of aggression against the U.S. Was it going to be against the West? Was it Bermuda sits right here, just offshore, 600 miles from the U.S., and the British allied to the U.S. So all of these variations had to be taken into consideration, and you're quite right. It was the iceberg principle for what you saw the government doing daily in front of you. Much more was going on behind the scenes.
We should be proud.
And we should be proud.
Planning Minister Senator Michael Fay has revised the planning decisions that would have led to the 3-stage development of the South Basin, including the reclamation of 11 acres of land for the America's Cup finals in 2017. The original permission to build a commercial boatyard and marine ports depot on the land after the America's Cup had been left and revoked after additional security and environmental studies had been called for. The application to create a marina on the site has been refused by the minister and will need to be resubmitted.
We think that we've been a little bit persuasive, and at the moment it looks like things are moving in the right direction.
And the court case will now be suspended?
Well, I have to wait until until we really analyze what the minister has revised.
But on the face of it, it looks like you really have made a very strong point, and it's been listened to.
Yes, I think that we've made a case, and that has made an impression in the important quarters, and now we just have to wait and see. So I don't want to rush into congratulating or thanking or complaining. We just need to have a good look at it.
But you must be feeling quite satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it's 12 pages of decision, and another probably as many pages of appendices. So it's not something we can make a comment on lightly.
And we'll be back with more news right after this.
In an effort to make Bermuda's roads safer, and in partnership with Bermuda Police Service and the Bermuda Road Safety Council, DeFon's Broadcasting is launching a safe driving campaign. Complete with thumb bands, come into DeFon's Broadcasting and 94 Reed Street and make the commitment to drive safer and slower for yourself. Your voice could be featured on the radio. Get yourself a thumb band as a reminder of your commitment to drive safer and with fewer distractions. While you're at it, why not get one for someone in your life who also needs a reminder that our roads do not discriminate. They can take anyone's life. Let's drive safe, Bermuda, and arrive alive. Peace and love. Safe journeys.
The America's Cup in Bermuda may still have a number of naysayers, but Mike Winfield, CEO of America's Cup Bermuda, Inc., eyes the progress that has been made to integrate the event with the Bermuda community and is confident it will be all right on the day.
I believe that Bermudians are starting to feel it. You know, I get it. Bermudians are cynics on the best of times, and, you know, show it to me. So they're beginning to feel it. They're beginning to see it. I mean, there are people all over Bermuda that are being impacted, positively impacted by the America's Cup. Is it everybody in Bermuda? No, not yet. But you start to see that, you know, there are 40-odd people who are renting apartments just to the people that have come so far. We, in the last week, have had, I think, 4 teams in here, different teams, all looking and talking to us about bringing more people here. This is going to be significant. So yeah, I think Bermudians are starting to feel it. I think Bermudians, there is still a group who, for reasons best known to themselves, seem to be determined to find the negative in anything and anywhere, and that doesn't necessarily need to be based on fact. But they are, I don't know that understand the rationale for it, but most Bermudians stop me in the street and say, let's do it, let's get it done.
And this is just the first, you know, touch upon it. Once we got our feet wet with what's coming up in October, we have 2 more years ahead.
Well, exactly. October is a 2.5, 3-day. We're actually going to make it 4 days. We're cheating a bit because we're doing a lot out in St. George's on the Thursday with the Endeavour program, and then the boats get launched on Friday, the opening ceremony's on Friday, and then you got Saturday, Sunday of racing. So we've sort of stretched it a bit. But we've got then live world, millions of people watching Bermuda on Saturday and Sunday. Just extraordinary. And you're right, this to an extent is a dress rehearsal, and it's certainly a dress rehearsal of the big event. We got 2 days in October. We've got 30-something days in 2017.
And maybe are you going to do one of these again, I think, next year, aren't you?
No, I don't think, I mean, we don't know this, but I don't think there will be a World Series in Bermuda in 2016. There are...
America, perhaps.
Well, I mean, we know Chicago's confirmed. We know they're talking to New York. Gothenburg may have another one, and we know it's going back to Portsmouth. The Chief Operating Officer of the ACEA, the America's Cup Event Authority, is currently in the Middle East, talking to possible locations for an event there. I think Tokyo is possible. So, and the great thing about it, if anybody watched Portsmouth or Gothenburg, if you just simply couldn't watch for 10 seconds without seeing the word Bermuda or hearing them talk about Bermuda.
To give us all a teaser for the Sharman Prize exhibition, which climaxes next month, Masterworks Museum of Art has come up with the idea of having previous winners display their more recent work in a pre-show exhibition in the Rick Ferris Gallery. Co-founder Elise Outerbridge explains what the museum is looking for in this prelude.
After 6 years of the Sharman Prize, we thought it would be a good opportunity for us to sort of highlight some of the winners of previous shows as a little taste tester for the Sharman Prize, which is coming up on October 9th. So what we've done is we've asked the winners, which were not just the major winners, but we also had different categories. So there are a few people who had won, best present, the other categories that are also exhibiting, and we've asked them to produce a new piece, which they've all done, and it's all going to be for sale. So it's sort of a little teaser for what's coming up in October. And I must say the Sharman Prize in October is going to be quite sensational. We had over 140 entries, and we've whittled it down to about 115 because we just didn't have the space. A lot of them are large, a lot of them are quite extraordinary. So I think it's going to be probably the best Sharman Prize. So we're really glad that we decided to do it biannually instead of every year. So it gave the artists an opportunity to produce their best work and not be rushed every year, especially with the National Gallery's biennial.
Well, he restarted something, didn't he?
I think so. I really hope that this will be a resurgence of interest in the visual arts and an excellence in the visual arts. I'm very sad that Sheila had the The gallery at the Princess is closed. I think that's a big shame because now we really have no commercial galleries on the island at all, save what we can do in the Brick Ferries. And we're hoping that anybody out there who is an artist who's interested in exhibiting will give us a call and see how we can work them into our schedules, because there aren't a whole lot of places besides the Society of Arts for local artists to exhibit, and we want to keep our place open for everybody.
Fire service officers are today investigating the cause of a fire that badly damaged the garage attached to a resident on Campeau Road, Southampton, at around 10 p.m. on Thursday. No one was hurt, but the blaze produced minor smoke and flame damage in the house.
The Bermuda Fire and Rescue Service received a call at 10:01 p.m. this evening to number 12 Camp Road in Southampton. We responded to a two-story residence to find flames emitting from the rear of the residence. 4 firefighters dressed in breathing apparatus extinguished a fire that was involved in the garage area. The garage was fully gutted and there was minor smoke and heat damage to the upper residence. There were no injuries at this call and the fire is currently under investigation.
And now we turn to Earl Basin with the latest from the sports desk.
Bermuda's contingent of the San Charles Association members have arrived in Monterrey, Mexico for the second Sanda World Cup. Satchwali Woolrich and Real Bowen are ready to defend their titles, with President of the Bermuda San Charles Association, Garen Wilkinson, bringing us up to speed with details.
Weigh-ins were this morning. The bout starts tonight. Just finished weigh-in. I'm just waiting for the drawing lots to take place so we get a match list. Satchwali has 7 guys in his division, so it looks like he'll start competing tonight. Real, he's got 4, so it looks like he may start. It's 2 sessions on Saturday, so he may fight twice tomorrow. So we've had 4 sessions since we've been here. We were in the stadium yesterday doing some payout work with these guys on the platform.
Olympian Tyler Butterfield was recently asked about the accomplishments of 2 of Bermuda's athletes who have recently had the island's name buzzing. Flora Duffy captured a bronze medal at the Pan American Games, and Jessica Lewis brought home a gold medal from the Parapan Games. Butterfield is quoted as saying, "It is amazing to see Duffy's bronze medal at the Pan American Games and Lewis's gold medal at the Parapan Games. It shows the hard work and dedication these athletes and support teams is paying off." He goes on to say it comes at a great time as well, with the Rio Olympics only 1 year away. Bermuda should be very proud of their accomplishments and achievements, and it is great leading into the Rio Games. End quote. Jason Anderson was named the Logic Premier Division Player of the Week. Anderson from Cleveland County led the run chase in his team's 8-wicket victory over Fletch Victoria with 103 not out, contributing 63% of his team's runs.
On behalf of Logic Communications, I'd like to congratulate Jason Anderson of Cleveland County for being recognized as the Logic First Premier Division Player of the Week. Excellent job.
Thank you very much.
Anderson explains the tale of 2 seasons for Cleveland County.
The second half of the season, guys picked up a few crucial wins, and it motivated guys to continue to train. And I guess that training consistency is what paid off dividends. The game against Fletch at the weekend, we knew we had to win it and try to get maximum points out of it to not only secure our Belco Cups, but to just keep our motivation going as a team. So Fletch, after losing to us in the Eastern Conference semi-final or whatnot, they came hard in the beginning, but myself and Keyshawn Smith put on a partnership of about 140 odd, and kind of like knocked the breath out of them, so to speak. But they did come hard initially, and hats off to the Flats boys for our effort, and I wish them all the best in their endeavor to stay up.
Bancroft Houghton of PHC was named the Logic First Division Player of the Week. Houghton bowled a telling spell of 4 wickets for 26 runs in his 8 overs, All of the victims were the top-order batsmen for St. George's Cricket Club in a performance that saw PHC win by 8 wickets.
On behalf of Logic Communications, I'd like to congratulate Bancroft Houghton of PHC for being recognized as the Logic First Division Player of the Week. Excellent stuff. Thank you.
Houghton was pleased when his captain won the toss.
When we got there, we had overnight rain, so the pitch was kind of had a lot of moisture in it. So we decided, we won the toss and we asked St. George's to bat first. And with Coach Carly told us to just put the ball up in the right spot, and we did that, and the ball did the work.
Breaking through early, did that set your team up for the victory?
Yes, we got a wicket in the second over, and we just continue from there, because we believe in if your man is down, you keep him down.
In total, 33 boats have gone to the start line for the 2015 Wednesday night sailing series that begins and ends in the Hamilton Harbor and has been going on for some 19 weeks. We now take a look at the overall standings throughout the series. Mayhem are the series leaders with 14 net points, while Honey Badger is in second with 18 points. With 20 points, and in third place is Crossfire, who have the same amount of points as fourth place Smokin'. Passion round out the top 5 finishers with 36 points. The race for Bermuda Central's running back DeVoe Whaley's signature on National Signing Day is just starting to heat up, only 2 games into the senior football high school season. Whaley, the #1 running back prospect in the state, according to 247sports.com and Rivals.com, has scheduled his first official collegiate visit to the University of Georgia on Friday, September 18th, during Central's bye in Week 4. A total of 40 runs crossed the plate in the latest round of the Bermuda Commercial Softball League season currently going on at the Michael Priest Softball Diamond. BF&M defeated Ace 9-6, and Pest Control defeated Team Smoky 18-7. I'm Earl Basden reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Saturday, September the 12th, there will be sunny periods, a morning shower or two with a chance of thunder. Winds will be southwesterly light to moderate, decreasing light during the evening. We're expecting a high near 86 and a low near 78. This weather forecast is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thank you for watching VSB News Online for Friday, September 11th, a memorable day. I'm Charles Webb. Have a great weekend.